All right, hello everybody. I'm glad you guys are here today. We have an exciting episode for you guys today. I am live in person with the one and only Jose, and we are here in Orlando, Florida. We are at the next showcase here in Orlando. So we just had a great showcase today. Saw a lot of great performers, and I grabbed this guy and I said, we need to do a podcast together. So that's why we're here. But thank you for joining us. If you don't mind introducing yourself to everybody watching today, who you are and where you come from.
Well, first of all, let me tell you that thank you very much for always make us part of this great event. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Especially because you're helping the new talent. You are introducing the new talent into the industry. And that's very nice, okay? Thank you very much. Well, my name is Jose Rubio, and I'm from LA. Actually, I moved from Mexico to LA maybe 18 years ago. I work with scouting for different agencies, casting companies, and management companies. Okay. And I'm here always trying to scout for new faces, new talent, people with passion, people with professionalism, and people that really want to be part of this industry.
Well, thank you for coming all the way to Florida to join us. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
The weather's a little different here than it is in LA, right?
It is, but it's nice, like I enjoy all the weathers. I mean,
yeah.
I like it.
So you're enjoying the humidity?
Oh, yes. Actually, yeah.
Have you been to Disney World yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which?
A couple of times. I've been to Disney World, Epcot, and the other one is, how do you call the other one? There's another one.
Universal?
Universal.
Okay.
And Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Disneyland in LA.
Yeah.
But Disneyland is a little bit better than Magic Kingdom, I think, because it's the original.
Yes. Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah.
My favorite is Epcot because I like to eat.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've been there. Yeah.
Every time I go to Epcot, I go all the way around the world, and I make
Yes.
sure I eat at every country.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But anyways, we're here in Florida. Thank you for joining us. On your experience, let's talk about. So you came to LA 18 years ago from Mexico. What part of Mexico are you from?
From Cuernavaca, Morelos. It's near to Mexico City.
Okay, very nice. I haven't been to Mexico City yet.
Okay.
But I want to travel
visit.
there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And so when you got to LA, was your plan on being a scout? Or what was your plan? What was your thoughts?
Well, actually, not really. I came here for the first time to shoot a TV show for the Hispanic community. Okay, because I've been directing theater since I graduated from my dramatic arts school on 1991. But then when I moved to LA, I discovered that the Hispanic community and a lot of people didn't have the opportunity to be more into the industry. So I opened my own company, my production company for theater, and eventually I started meeting a lot of agents and producers.
Okay.
So then I started scouting because I teach, I direct, and I think I have a good eye to identify new prospects.
Okay. So you specialized in the Hispanic community when you came, when you arrived, and I'm sure a lot of struggle you went through to get everything launched and started, but you've always wanted to be in entertainment?
Oh yes, since I was little, and I have the opportunity to start my career when I was 16. I was going to turn 17. So I had the opportunity to be part of one of the best schools in Mexico for 3 years. And I graduated on, I think, 1991. I was 20 or 21 years old. Since then, I have a passion for this. I don't see myself doing anything else than work with new talent, teaching, representing, all about the industry. Okay. Even behind the camera sometimes.
So you love it enough to stay
Oh,
in
yes.
it.
I love it. Yeah, yeah.
So you see yourself doing this from now until...
Yeah, I seen this like I don't want to say like a hobby because I'm always do this professional, but I don't think it's like I don't feel like I'm working when I'm doing this.
Right. If you find something you love to do, even though it's hard work, you enjoy it enough that it feels like a hobby.
Exactly, yeah.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah, that's why I always recommend new talent, like be themselves. Don't be scared to shine on the stage and enjoy this. You have to enjoy this industry.
Right.
In order to receive or be a worth from the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't enjoy it, you shouldn't be a part of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know everybody wants to be a part of this industry or thinks they do, and some people get into it and realize it's not a good fit for them, or it's not really what they expected it to be.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of people that they wanted to try, and if I always say, if you want to try something, just try it. Maybe next day you say, no, this is not for me, right? But if you try something, try to do it with your heart and try to do like as a professional, because that it's going to make you a better person. And anyways, there's a lot of people that they don't be actually in the industry, but they're taking acting classes because they're a psychologist or they work for the enforcement, like a police, like lawyers. You know, I mean this is an art. I mean it's something that
Right.
maybe it's not for everybody, but
And it's something you can use in all professions, like a lawyer or a psychologist.
Yeah.
They can use the talent of acting in their profession as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you started off with theater. So theater was your main focus.
Yes.
Are you still working in that area?
Oh yes, yeah. Every year I have my own production company for theater, but I also work a lot with production companies for commercials, musical videos, modeling, independent films. We have a lot of right now we have a lot of projects in LA for independent films,
Okay.
not union projects. And why? Because we're giving the opportunity to the new talent, new faces.
Right.
Okay, but on real projects, professional projects.
Okay, very good. So being non-union is good sometimes because it helps get your foot through the door. It helps with getting you on set quicker, and it helps build your resume and your portfolio and everything else, right?
Yes, yeah, you're right. Like, well, union, it's a little bit hard, not hard to explain, but sometimes it's a little bit hard for they to understand.
Right.
What's the difference between union or non-union, okay? But definitely, yeah, new people always start, most of the new people, new talent start working on a non-union projects,
Right.
okay? And non-union projects means like they're gonna get paid, but they're not gonna pay that much if they work on a union project.
Right.
Okay? But then eventually you can start, well, even if you're not union, you can apply for a union commercial or union project, But it's I'm more than welcome to come back again and explain a little bit more about how that works exactly,
That's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, but the most important thing is that the new people has to concentrate first and prepare themselves.
Right.
Of course, it's good to know the industry, the difference between an agent and a manager and casting director, producer, all those roles. But yeah, it's step by step, like.
Right. So with theater, I have a question that comes up a lot is, if somebody who does theater, should they get any sort of training for on camera? So if they transition from being on the theater to film or television?
Well, let me answer you this question with my experience.
Okay.
So when I moved to LA, I get a representation because I still have an agent. Okay. So I work as an agent, but I have to have another agent. You know, like it's kind of confused. But anyways, so I went to an audition, and they give me a piece of paper with 3 lines. It was for a commercial. They give me that and they say, okay, go to the lobby and take 15, 30 minutes and then come back. And I say, what? It's only 3 lines. So after 5 minutes, I go back and say, I'm ready. You're ready? Yeah, I am. Oh, okay. So I did the audition and I was overacting. Okay? So the casting director told me, okay, I like it, but you know what? She asked me, do you theater? Do you do theater? And I said, yeah. Okay, well, this is a little bit different. You don't have to act too much. And then I realized that it was, so this is easier than theater. So now I always recommend, if you have the opportunity to be part of a play, to be part of a theater group, always is better because it's going to give you a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, okay? And then you can be on any commercials. But of course, there's a lot of different classes that they can teach you how to manage yourself into the other part of the industry,
right?
You know? Because at the end, you're going to be acting. But sometimes you have to act on a certain way in front of a commercial camera, to the film, or on a real show, you know, on a live show.
Right.
But yeah, but it's...
So it's all the same technique, but different styles.
That's the word, yeah.
I love it. Well, in theater, I think most people start off in theater, right? That's how you learn that you love being an actor. Because usually most schools, or a lot of schools, have opportunities to perform on stage, and unless you're in a tiny school like I went to.
Yeah, but there's another thing that I want to point, like, you know, sometimes in theater you don't make a lot of money, okay?
Right.
But if you think like you're investing your time, then when you book the commercial and you start seeing that there's money there, and you just like shoot for one day, and then you start getting residuals for $1,500 every month with not doing anything, like just because your commercial it's on the air.
Right.
I mean,
nothing beats that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Who doesn't want to work for one day and get paid several months later, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we all do this. But yeah, absolutely. So theater is a lot more energy, a lot more work. I'll tell you a story. I met Laura Kelly. She was a friend of mine in New York City, and she worked on Broadway at the time, and she was the lead role for Mary Poppins. She was Mary Poppins.
Oh, she was Mary
Yes.
Poppins.
So when I met her, I was a headshot photographer at the time, and that's what I did for a living in New York City. And so I worked with her to update her headshots. And I asked her, I noticed that she had a bunch of coaches. I went to her apartment to do headshots, and she had an acting coach there, she had a nutritionist there, she had a bunch of people in her space. And I said to her, I said, why are you getting updated headshots? Because I knew she was on Broadway and Mary Poppins. And she told me that, well, the show's gonna end, so we're reaching the end of the show being airing there. And so I'm going to go back into film and television. That's where she came from, and then she did some time in London on their theater companies, and then of course on Broadway. And I said, it seems like to me you have these acting coaches. I said, I love that you're having coaches, but you're doing one of the hardest roles you could possibly be doing. You're running up and down stairs, you're singing songs, you're acting on Broadway every day of the week. And she says, yes, but I need somebody to train me to get out of that mindset because I've been doing it for so long and I want to get back into film and television. And so she needed a coach to coach her out of her theater experience and back into film and television. And so she was working really hard at doing that. And I thought, what a great professional. This is a good example for people. Some people think once they get representation, they no longer have to work, they no longer have to coach. And here's a successful actress who knows that she has to do all this to get prepared.
Well, because being an actor is not like an hour a day, it's 24 hours a day.
Right.
So you need to keep preparing yourself. It's like another profession. You have to be always prepared. You have to be always. Everything is changing in this industry, and there's a lot. There's different techniques. Okay, so you can learn from different techniques, but of course, in this career, you're never gonna stop learning.
Right.
And it's something that everybody needs to know. Like being an actor or being in this industry, it's like the whole day. Like preparing themselves, like getting other different classes to have more skills, like anything, you know. If you don't know how to ride a horse, maybe you can go and have training for that for 3 weeks. You never know. Like
Right.
the most that you know, the most skills that you have, the more opportunities that you're gonna have there.
Right. So always bettering yourself.
Oh yes, definitely.
But I love it. It's not just for actors. It should be for everyone, right? We should all be trying to get better at something.
Yes. Mhm. That's right. That's right.
It's easy for us to say that actors should do
Yeah.
that, but in reality, I think every person in this world should be bettering themselves.
Yeah, and I have a philosophy like if you don't learn anything new during one day, then you're not growing up. You know, like
Right.
that's how I think. Yeah.
I love that. Well, so talking about theater and obviously film and television, the one thing I know that AI, there's a lot of talk about AI and what is AI going to do to change the industry and how's that going to look? What are movies and television shows going to look like, 10 years from now or 5 years from now? Because AI is coming on the scene really quickly. But I look at it as theater will never really be that affected by AI.
Oh,
Because it's lasted for so many years.
not even 3D.
Right.
It's better than be on a theater or be on a live show.
Right.
You know? I mean, talking about that topic, the AI, how do you say that in English?
Yeah, AI.
AI, the AI. Of course, something is going to change.
Right.
Like before, I used to remember when we used to have these pictures in black and white.
Right.
Okay?
I remember that too.
So, and we have to give this in person.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, everything is digital and it's color, and you can email your pictures. You can have your digital portfolio and everything. Everything is changing, yes, but I think there's always going to be a part for us as an actors or models, no matter what.
Right.
Of course, every year it's getting harder. You really need to work. You really need to be on top of everything, preparing yourself, getting more knowledge about the industry.
Right. Yeah, I think obviously AI is going to change a lot of things within the industry, but the roles for acting and modeling, I don't think are ever going to go away. My personal opinion about it is, I think the extra world might be affected. So when they're doing a large movie set and they need
definitely,
1,000 extras,
Well,
they're
actually-
going to use AI to start
Actually,
using
I
those
think
extras.
they're start doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the actors themselves, I think a lot of people want to see real people
Yes.
and who they are. We don't want to just see robots or AI.
No, I don't think that is
In-
going to
in
happen, to be honest with you, and I hope not.
Right.
But we never know. But I don't think so. No, it's
I mean, we already see a lot of special effects and things that take place anyways, right? So
Yes.
really nothing's new. It's just the technology is changing, making it better, but yet they still use real people in movies for the main roles, and then they use special effects for everything else.
that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And nobody wants to go to a Broadway show and watch robots.
Oh no. Not me.
I mean, maybe one, right?
Maybe one, yeah.
Maybe one show would be entertaining, but beyond that.
Yeah.
In fact, I think they have a show in Japan that's all robots.
Oh really?
Yeah, I believe so. I saw an episode about it. So that's already existing, but but yeah, same with modeling. You know, right now there's Instagram models that are AI. They already have famous model accounts that are out there that are AI generated, and you know, but at the end of the day, the designers, when they do the runway shows, it's just like a Broadway show. They need real people, you know,
Yes.
and they need real models to be there and to represent their brands, and so I think that, like Kodak back in the day when they produced film, back in the black and white days, you know, they probably saw technology happening and they thought, oh, you know, we'll still be around. They're still around, aren't they?
Oh no, yeah.
In a different way, though.
In a different way, yes.
So what projects are you most excited about that you're currently working on? Are you working on any, or producing any projects?
Yes. Right now, we're working together with one production company for local auto insurance in California,
Okay.
whole state of California. We're producing the whole commercials, and also we're doing two different projects for the University of California.
Okay.
With the film department, and a play that we produce every year for Christmas.
Okay.
It's a theater play.
Nice. Where's that shown at?
It's in LA County.
Okay.
Then this time we're gonna have that on Whittier.
Okay.
It's city in LA County
When
by
you-
Los Angeles.
When you produce a Christmas play, at what point do you start casting?
We already cast for that right now. We're just we start cast on June and part of July.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you take the month of June and July to cast.
Yeah, and then we
and then you
start
start
the
the production
rehearsal. Yeah,
and-
the production at the middle of August. Yeah, because it's different than like commercial projects or
Right.
movies. Yeah.
I want to talk to you a little bit about, I know that you came from Mexico, moved to LA. Obviously, I'm assuming you speak Spanish.
Oh, todos los días, every day.
How is the industry when it comes to a performer who can speak both Spanish and English? Do they have more opportunity than somebody who just speaks one language or the other?
I don't want to say more opportunities, but I can say better opportunities.
Okay.
Because if there's an actor that speaks two languages or three, okay, doesn't need to be like Spanish. It can be German, it can be Italian, any other kind, any other language than English. Okay, sometimes there's projects that they're doing in three languages or two, okay, and they use the same actor. If the actor is bilingual or trilingual, they're going to use the same actor, and they're going to pay the actor more money, okay? So in the past, they always hire one for English, one for Spanish. But right now, for them, it's better to hire, to use same actor to do it for both, like Spanish and English. Same thing with in other languages.
Okay.
It's not more opportunity, but it's a better project, a better benefits.
Okay. So obviously it benefits you to be able to speak multiple languages if you can. Mm-hmm. I know that the industry's changed quite a bit for the 18 years that you've been a part of it. Have you seen a lot more opportunities come up with the performers who have multiple language?
Oh yes, yeah, definitely changed a lot. I remember in 2003, 2004, it was very difficult, and especially in LA area for other ethnicities. But right now, it's like there's opportunities for everybody, and of course, there's more opportunities, because we have social media, we have tons of different channels, TV channels, and like you name it. Like,
all the streaming services now, and everything's changing. Yeah.
I think there's more work right now than before.
Right.
To be honest, I think there's more work.
What would you say to somebody who's starting off in the business and they're interested in acting, they've done some theater plays, and they want to take it to the next level, they want to get representation? What do you suggest is a good next step for them?
Well, first of all, they need to be consistent, okay? Train themselves. Be always themselves, and be patient. And of course, they need to be coachable. That's something very important. When you have the talent and you are coachable, it's people likes to work with actors that they're coachable, that they really want to do something, they really want to, they have open mind to change things.
Right.
So just be patient. This industry, you have to be very patient, okay? Because maybe you're not going to be doing a project in 1 month, okay? Maybe 2 months, maybe 3, maybe in a year. But eventually, you're going to be on it. There's no other way. If you keep doing it, you're going to be ending doing something that you really like,
I love that you say be coachable. I talk to a lot of people on these podcasts, and I ask for their advice, but I love that. I don't think anybody has brought that up since I've started.
Sometimes when actors are in front of a camera for an audition, and then the casting director stop, they'll say, "Kat, can you please raise your voice?" They start thinking, "Oh, I'm doing wrong."
Right.
Instead of think, "Oh wow, she's seeing something on me," or "He's seeing something on me." Like you need to feel proud when a director say the magic word "cat." No. I think you need to project a little bit more. Think about this. It's because they think that you can do more.
Right.
It's not because you're doing wrong. And that's being coachable. Like you can be coachable. Like listen, not like take personal. It's like they seeing something to you,
right?
Like, that you can do this better. Okay. Otherwise, they're not going to say anything. They say, "Okay, thank you very much. See you next time." But that.
No, it's true. And I've worked, behind the camera, directing performers, and I absolutely know when I love working with people that are coachable. I love seeing the improvement, or I'll give them a little piece of advice, something for them to think about, and then they come back and deliver it exactly how I thought that they should do it. I love that, because then I go, this person's great.
Yes.
They're easy to work with, right? And then there's other times I've worked with people where I give them some advice and they do the same thing. And then I try to re-explain, and then they do the same thing, right?
Yeah, but if they listen and they do it right, they're going to start acting from inside.
Right.
That's a key. Like, you have to pay attention.
Right.
And try to do exactly what they're asking you for.
Because every time you're on set, you might come fully prepared, but they're going to make a change.
Oh,
always.
always.
Yeah.
So you have to be ready for that.